radon problems have been found in every state. Millions of families live in homes with high levels of radon. The Office of the Surgeon General recommends all homes be tested for radon. Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer. Testing your home is easy, and radon problems can be fixed. You're going to protect your family from radon by calling 800-SOS-RADON.
Children see the need to help clearly because their hearts have 20/20 vision. For more information about Child Reach, call 1-800-578-0808.
Mom, can we call, please?
Tales of the Golden Dragon Sword. Long ago, there was, in what men call the Dark Ages, there were heroes and villains, wizards and warriors, men of evil and men of good. In the little kingdom of Minot, once there ruled a good king, whose name was King Taurus, and his wife, Queen Erica. Their children was Atlanta, who was trained by the Amazons, and Prince Balin. This is their story.
During a celebration, the queen was given a new throne, and all the people loved the queen very much. But there was a wizard who wanted to destroy the kingdom. This evil wizard's name was Sarlacc, and he brought forth the evil from the darkness, the most evil of all, the gold dragon. Nothing could destroy it.
Meanwhile, back at King Taurus' castle, the people were gathering for another banquet and a time of festivals, because it was a good life. Queen and king loved each other very much. They had great wealth, no one was hungry, and everyone loved each other. Educated and well versed in many of the poems and letters of those days. came a time that a knight was sent out in gold armor. And this knight was a very brave person, because I found that only gold armor could save a knight from the golden dragon.
Princess Atlanta taught Prince Balin how to sword fight, and while they were practicing, one of Sarlacc's men grabbed hold of the queen and took her to the temple to be sacrificed by the evil god. But she was no weakling. She fought back and destroyed one of Sarlacc's henchmen.
Hands on up. Inside.
When he heard the news, the king and 2 of his knights set out to rescue the queen. One of Sarlacc's henchmen was about ready to sacrifice the queen on the altar. They got there just as the sword was coming down. The king himself had rescued the queen. And while they went up to their army, which was waiting on the outside of the cave, Sarlacc's men came back in defeat. Sarlacc was furious. He had to get revenge somehow. Meanwhile, the queen was put back on the throne. Balin wanted the sword and stole it from the king.
Guards, stop him! Stop him!
A beam from the sword kills the queen, and Prince Balin runs for his life. Seduced by Sarlacc's evil images, Prince Balin goes to his castle thinking that he is following a young girl. But the young girl doesn't exist. It's a trick of Sarlacc.
But of course, dear Bailey, you may stay with me for the rest of your life if you do wish so. But while you are staying with me, there's just but one thing that you must never do. You must never, under any circumstance, draw your sword.
Thank you for your kindness, and I will stay for quite a while.
Servant, take Balin to his new room. The fool does not know that he has the key to escape in his own session. I'm sure that if he knew, the circumstances here would be very different. Bring me, girls, I need my virgin blood. And while you are out, bring Balin's sister and along with the others. I'm sure that without her, his father will be nothing.
The Prince of Darkness, Sarlacc, sends his black riders out to gather up new virgins, which he will sacrifice at his temple. enabling him to remain young. Dismounting, they grab a hold of the virgins in the land of Minot. And taking Princess Atlanta. Taking the virgins to the temple, Sarlacc changes his mind and keeps the Princess Atlanta alive for ransom. On a black night with no moon, the sacrifice took place. Princess Atlanta was to serve Sarlacc as his maid, to do any menial chore in his dirty castle. And King Taurus the next day finds one of the would-be kidnappers. Noticing that the face is different and thinking it's a human, he relieves the mask and finds is the face of a zombie, an undead, killed only with swords, battle axes, and other implements of war. In secret, Atlanta teaches Balin how to handle a sword. While back at the castle, King Taurus is heartbroken. His children are gone, his wife is gone, the dragon will come back. It's just too much for him as a man. Even at the banquet tables, where everyone else is festive, the king thinks only of those that he lost, dying of grief. The king finally sends for the jester. "Come, old friend," he says to him. "I need your help. Find me the brave knight, Galen. You and he, go. If you cannot retrieve the sword or my son, do what you can." And the king knows he will soon die. After the king dies, the jester and knight head towards Sarlacc's castle. Their one hope is to get the golden dragon's sword and save the land, while Sarlacc demonstrates his evil by showing the zombies they can be killed, and then sends them on another trip to collect more blood for himself.
Sarlacc started using magic spells on the Amazons, torturing them, never killing them.
And they grow to adulthood.
And over the years, Balin is taught how to handle a sword by the Amazons, all in secret, because Sarlacc must not know he knows how to fight back.
You are as good as any Amazon, Balin.
Only because you've been patient and taught me, Atlanta.
I have made a present for you.
Oh, this is beautiful. I wear it every day. And someday I'll help us get out of here.
May that day be soon. It has been 10 years since the golden dragon last appeared.
Well, when that day comes, I'll get us all out of here. You have my word on that.
And finally, the Jester and Knight arrive after many adventures, obstacles in their way. 10 long years of trying to find Balin. Finally, they go to the Black Castle and find him.
We shall no longer tolerate you hiding behind the skirts of these Amazons. We're taking you and the sword back to the kingdom.
Hold it! Don't kill him. Back off. Everybody put their swords away. You think that she could kill you if she wanted to? She's not even one of the best. They're better, and even they aren't the best. These Amazons could easily take any of you. You guys are always judging from the outside appearances. They're educated. They can speak in many languages. I have everything I want here. And believe it or not, none of you can leave here either. Look at this. Does this look like I need any kind of wealth? No. I remember you. You were my jester years ago. Is there any news of my father?
He's been murdered
By who?
by Sarah.
Sarlacc! Well, he's the one here. The one in control. And nobody can leave. One of these days, Sarlacc, I'll get you. We're free! After all these years, that was the cue. All I had to do was press this and draw it at the same time. Well, we're all going home, but before we do, when you Amazons go to your kingdom, I'll go home with you to our kingdom. But let's kill every single Black Rider that ever existed. Get him!
Yeah!
And so, they went into the weapons room and gathered weapons for the other Amazons. Taking all the armor they could carry, swords, bows, arrows, spears, anything. Anything they could help to defend himself against the Black Riders.
this was Liberation Day, and they were going to pay them back for all the years they were kept there. Remembering the stories of the gold armor, Balin grabs some gold armor to defeat the dragon.
You're beginning to make me mad.
They didn't stand a chance against the Amazon. Years of frustration and their expertise with weapons made them masters over the Black Riders. Nothing could stop the Amazons.
Little did they realize that the gesture was actually an expert swordsman trained by the king himself. Balin, meanwhile, had switched into a suit of armor and was looking for the dragon so they might slay it and be rid of them once and for all. Slaying the dragon, Balin was surprised to go into another cave and find a second dragon, a golden dragon, but this one was different.
Don't kill me, Sir Knight. I shooted the white dragon.
Why shouldn't I? Haven't you killed virgins or men? How is it that I know your thoughts when you don't talk? Your lips don't move.
I've never harmed anyone, ever. I can read your mind, and I know you are a good man. Dragons are like all animals. We don't lie. If we don't like something, we attack. I like you, Balin. You killed the evil white dragon that obeyed Sarlacc's orders and kept me in this cave.
So you can read my mind, for I never told you my name. What is yours?
Aaron Ned is my name, and you have freed me from this cave.
Airhead?
Good. Brevity among friends is good. After all, I'll be bailing you out of trouble.
Good pun, my friend. And we are friends. This I swear on my sword.
Speaking of swords, there is one in the corner.
It's the golden dragon sword. We've been looking for this for some time. Thanks, Aaron Ned. Now to free the land of the zombies.
It's quicker if we fly. Balin, why don't you hop on my back?
You mean you'll help me? We'll fly together?
Of course. Balin and Aaron Ned, to the rescue. And so they flew back to Sarlacc's castle to destroy Sarlacc and his evil zombie henchmen.
It was over.
I guess they're well singing us this time.
You got chicken bone in your throat?
Enjoy.
After a while, Balin was made the king, and all went well for a while, but his counselors had handled everything over the years, and he just decided it was time to leave. He knew that he could do more in other places. He was longing for the days when he had his freedom because most of his life was spent at Sarlacc Castle, and he wanted out. And so one day, he was very glad to see his old friend, the dragon. He went through the drawbridge, down for a ride, and saw the dragon flying.
King Balin, my friends need your help in a far-off land.
I'll be right with you. I'll write a note to my counselor and send it back on this horse. And so they had many adventures together. So you're asking yourself, some of you, how did they do that? Well, that's what we're here for. I wanted to show you some of the before and after shots of what goes on these productions. And first of all, we'll start with a split screen because we had some knights in armor and they were outside, and this is actually taken from the King David section. And then we took it and used a split screen where a picture of a castle was on the top of the screen. We also took the archer in real life, what it was like. By the way, I'm the guy playing the archer. Then we shrunk it down to the miniature castle. But we didn't like that, so we went even farther, so that even it looks like he's on the miniature castle with the lights on. Well, we use the same basic principle. Shrink me down, make the miniature dragon look big, tall. And even the head we changed. They can barely see me in the left-hand corner, so we had to do this again and lighten up. And in take two, that's exactly what we did. Now you can see me, and also it just looks like a real cave and everything. But we didn't like the dragon head, we had to match it up. And that's what we did. We took the old dragon head and we put a wipe over the top of it with the mask that we were using. And we got both the KG marks and also the right place helped us by giving us a mask each. One was gray and one was white. Which brings us to killing the dragon. But first, let's see how we fly a dragon. Well, first of all, you take an airplane trip and you get some good footage. The only problem is that on occasion, even though this is good, we have the airfield, roads, houses, and so on and so forth, which keeps getting in the way. So we'll have to do this again one of these days and have some better footage. Also, another way is to chroma key. First, we put up all this royal blue material all around the studio, covering the whole entire studio. Then we take two people on the wings and another person to hold the stand together and somebody behind the camera to zoom out, and it takes a 4-people process just to get this crazy thing to work. And we had a miniature castle as well that came from the Perfect Touch ceramics. They were always been good about helping us out. Look at the people in the background. You'd swear it's a real castle and everything. So take two. Get a little bit better organized, except for Tina's hand being in the way, but hey, that's why we have more than one take. We also had, as you can see, the wires that we were using for the wings. This was supposed to add a head in later down the road. maybe in the background. And the knight in armor was supposed to be replaced by a real person. We just needed something to go by as far as size. We also used a stationary dragon that didn't flap its wings. And I think we used 5 dragons altogether. That was a little too fast. There's crinkles in the blue material, that's why you see them on the bottom of the screen there, but, you know, hey, this isn't a $1 million production, for crying out loud. Yeah, there's Martin. We found that if you wear certain clothes, you disappear. He was wearing blue and I was wearing green. We both disappeared. But this is how some of the stuff was done. Now, when we wanted to ride the dragon, we simply took the dragon mask and held it in front of myself, and from the different angles, it would look like we actually were flying. And we would therefore add in the flapping of the wings. There's the blue material in the background, which we could chroma key as flying, and it would actually make it look like we really were on the dragon. But we didn't have time for it this time, so we'll do it next time. That's one thing about production, is you can always do it later down the road. And since you don't want to destroy the mask, what you do is you just simply would take the sword and you'd slip it on the side. And there's, as you probably can see, there's a hand holding onto the mask there. So it looks like you're stabbing the dragon and dying, but actually it isn't. I wanted to make it look like a knight was coming into a drawbridge, so we went out and over our riding stable, and we got fancy all dressed up like a knight in armor's horse, and I put my getup, and the next thing I know, here's what it looks like. We went back to the studio, and then we put a wipe over a picture of a drawbridge. Now, having a sense of humor, I'm thinking to myself, though this is an outtake, we could easily have had the knight bump his head. You see my point. Mark Hall helped out a great deal by throwing off our dummies from our over at the Jeffrey Mansion, and he went to the top of the roof and started throwing them off, and later became our guard in one of the windows. That looks so real, it's hard to believe it was a dummy. Also, for the rest of the show, let's take a look at some of our favorite skits. As we've done down in Cambridge, Ohio, and when we did a couple skits down there for Superman. Lois, I can't believe how tired I was. I had such a hard time getting to work, and I just had to rush to get dressed this morning. I swear, I'm so tired. All have been so busy, been so busy. Do I even sound like I'm more fun? I'm so tired. But I'll tell you, I got to go now and down to Metropolis. So I'll see you later, okay? And say hello to Superman.
He looks so much like Superman. Have you noticed the blue eyes that...
Yeah.
And you know how he...
Yeah.
He's never around.
Never.
When Superman shows up.
Never, ever, in the whole world.
I've never noticed it.
No. We've been there almost, I mean, how many times have we been there? 1,000 at least.
Yeah. And another thing that really gets me is the fact that he always manages to have this, like, almost, you know, Amazon... you know what I mean?
Like that, yeah.
Like, you know, I really think that he's Superman.
Oh, there's no doubt. But
But why?
Well,
Why do you think he's not wanting people to know?
Probably so he can kind of go around the streets and check out and see what's going on, and people won't know who he is.
Yeah, you got a point there.
And then he can see stuff happening.
He must be really tired. I think he had his suit on
like he was
underneath it.
tired. Oh, yeah, I saw him.
Oh,
hi, Superman.
Hi.
How you doing?
Superman. I'm sorry, Lois. I'm Clark, remember? I
What are
don't
you-
look anything like Superman.
What are you doing in Superman's suit?
I don't know. This isn't Superman's suit. This is my tie and everything.
He's lost it. He's lost it.
They think I'm super crazy.
I am!
Well, hi, Kent. How are you?
I'm okay. So what's new with you, Lois?
Well, I just found out the Pink Floyd concert was coming into Metropolis.
That's why you're wearing this T-shirt?
Yeah. Oh, God, I wish I could go.
You really?
Yeah. By any chance, do you think maybe you might be able to find Superman?
Oh, no, they've been sold out for weeks. I don't know, Lois. That's an awful big favor to ask of him.
Yeah, I know.
Well, all right. I'll contact him to see if he can do something.
Oh, Kent, thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, Lois.
Well, I'll talk to you later. Okay, thanks. I'll be home. Bye.
Tickets, huh? Oh, well. This looks like a job for... What was my name? Oh, well. Well, maybe I can find Pink Floyd tickets? I mean, I'm saving Earth and...
Superman, you remember me?
Well, May 15th, 19...
Right, you saved me from being trampled at a rock concert.
Of course, Bill Owens.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on a mission of mercy right now. It's going to be something very unusual for me to do. I'm trying to find Pink Floyd. Tickets, and I know they're sold out and everything, so, well...
Wow. Guess who has Pink Floyd tickets? And only needs 3, and they have 5.
I don't suppose I could buy some from you.
No, but I'll let you have them. Front row.
Well, I appreciate that.
I only need these. I was going to scalp those.
Oh, hey. Thank you very much, Bill.
All right, hey, I'm glad you can use them. Well, see you later.
You see, it pays to be nice. It also pays to be super.
Well, it's about time, Superman. The concert's in 15 minutes. I never thought you'd make it here.
Okay, Lois, I'll fly you there.
Oh, great.
Put on some weight, aren't you, Lois?
Well, I just had dinner. Oh, this is fun.
Hey, Lois. Say hi to the fishes.
I can't get this door. Hey, Superman, can you open this door? I can't get it open. Oh, my God. Thank you. No.
Well.
Superman, we're worried, man. Do you realize I could have been killed? Do you realize he had a gun? Do you know what could have happened to me?
It's one way of shutting her up. See the smoke?
Help! 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 Help!
Oh, Superman, where have you been? I thought you'd never get here. My God, you wouldn't believe what I've been going through on this gas leaking here and everything. I'm telling you, it's just been terrible. I didn't think you'd ever make it, my God. But you can't do this to me. No!
For peace, justice, and peace of quiet. Some time ago, I watched a movie called Batman, and I always liked the 60s television show with Burt Ward and Adam West, and I got a kick out of that. So
recently, well, this is a couple years ago, recent by my standards anyway, I started way back in '86, we got the opportunity to see the Batmobile from the new movie in the '90s, and so here was a skit that we did, and the interesting thing about this is that Batman and myself are the same person. We're using a split screen so that I can, you know, talk to myself. So take a look at it, and if you look real close down the middle, you'll see that there's a line, and you can tell where I'm Batman on one side and myself in my gray suit on the other. So they always said I was a little bit batty anyway. What you're watching is the Batmobile, the episode we did, and this is me talking to Batman, but unfortunately there's nobody there. You see, we're using a split screen. I'm actually playing the part of both myself and Batman. So we had a lot of fun with that. If you look very carefully, right about where our shadows are, you'll see that there's actually a line going through the screen. And there's the Batmobile that Tina and I actually got in. So let's hear a little bit of the skit we did that one night.
I got the keys to the Batmobile because he's in trouble and he needs our help.
So we're supposed to drive up there, I suppose, in Gotham City?
Yes.
Come on, Tina, give me a break. I mean, this is a fake key.
No, he said he needs our help.
There's no Batman. You know that. He's only in the movies and the comics. Come on. There's no Batmobile anyway.
There is no Batman.
There's no Batman, and if I ever see that guy who's dressed up like Batman, I'll punch him.
He didn't mean that.
Of course I do.
Turn around.
Oh, yeah, right. And
Would
one of
you
the
turn around?
oldest joke in the world, and you want me to...
Turn around. Hi, Batman. He doesn't mean that at all.
Batman?
Come on, man. I mean...
Batman is a real Batman. He's going to kill me.
Yes,
He's going to punch me out.
Yeah.
Please, don't do it.
We got to talk.
You want us to deliver this to you someplace up in Gotham City? Okay, and hey, you know what are friends for, right? Let's go.
That's right. Let's go.
Let's get out of here while we can. Show you what the inside of this crazy thing looks like. A Vicky Vale over here. And as you can see, all these different things. I'd better not touch any because one's in the ejection seat and I'm sure I'll get her. So anyway, let's talk with some of the people.
And me too. We gotta stop off and get some groceries on the way home, so... One of our skits that everybody enjoyed was our Star Trek spoofs. We were making fun of some of the Klingons and some of the crazy situations they got themselves into. As you can watch on the old Star Trek, if there were two people on the planet, as a matter of fact, come to think of it, in the new generation they had the very same thing. If there are two people on an entire planet, Star Trek says that you cannot remove those people. Even if you have colonies of different worlds wanting to have a new place to colonize, they will not remove these two people. So we decided to do something about that, so we have two different versions of it. And also, sometimes the Klingons are such a warrior race and everything, but you know, they also have a sense of humor, so we decided to make a little bit of fun of that as well. So let's go on to the Star Trek spoofs. Scott, what do you want?
Well, Walt, I got you some strange new characters.
I don't trust you, Scott.
You shouldn't.
Surprise. Spock here. Shall we beam you aboard?
Yes, Mr. Spock.
some of the strangest, weirdest, most dangerous... I can tell this is definitely not going to be a regular show.
Walt, have you heard how the Klingons got their name?
Yeah, it's about as dumb as they are. It's from Klingon peaches over on the planet Earth. We ought to be calling them peaches instead of Klingons. I mean, think about it. Here they are. It's big old guys wearing leather. The space spikers or something. I mean, come on. You know, what are they going to do?
Walt, I told you don't know me that well yet. You're not quite that funny. Peaches?
Peaches, yeah. Hey, it's time to fade to black. Go on to our next segment, okay?
We need to talk about this. Over here.
While on maneuvers, the Klingon ship went to the planet Speed Trap and found out why it's better to avoid this area. Because in this area, the dreaded space op was watching for any speeders, because in this area only was it 5 light years, and they were doing 7. So Speed Cop told his boys, better stop those Klingons while we still can. So they took off from the planet, and they headed for the Klingons. And the orders were given on side. Use the tractor beam on those boys. And that's exactly what they did. We just told these boys here. I just love these people with all their silly costumes and all the leather and everything. Can't wait to get aboard.
Say, listen, guys. I love your leather outfits, by the way. We have a planet down here, Planet Speed Trap, and you people have not been obeying the laws.
What
So
laws?
I had to pull you over. I like your leather, by the way. It's really sweet, you know. But listen, put it away. Not now. you have got to understand that Klingons or no, you've got to obey the law, and you are doing 7 light years in this zone, and this is a 5 light year zone. Now, we have this on that little asteroid, that cute little asteroid over there.
Little asteroid?
Uh-huh.
Gunner, lock it, fire on it. What asteroid?
I don't see no stinking asteroid. Oh, no. When you see my badge, you don't have a badge.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
Now, gentlemen, I'm afraid that you'll have to take this ticket.
Ticket?
Yes. And now that you'll have to bring it to court. What did you do that for?
It's filed. Filed. Taken care of.
Taken care of. What did you do with the other tickets?
Same thing.
I see.
Took care of them. Filed them.
Well, gentlemen, I'm glad that you are so cute because now we're going to go down to the planet Speed Trap and we're going to introduce you to a guy named Bruce, where you'll be married. Beam us down. Did you ever notice on Star Trek they always have some person who's on the planet, and it could be only one person on the planet, and yet they can't colonize all these millions of people in spaceships waiting for them to get on this very same planet, and one person holds them up. Sometimes it's not even a person, it could be a crystal or even a ghost image or something like that. Anything that's on the planet, these people won't touch it. Well, that's not real life, so we thought we'd do a skit on 2 different versions of how to get rid of the people. Starfleet, yeah, we got a problem. This Class M planet is perfect for us. The colonies are ready. There's all kinds of ships out there, but unfortunately, there's a person here, and this person will not leave. It's his planet. And according to the prime directive, we can't make him. You know, it'd be kidnapping, and that'd be against everything that we hold dear. So I suppose it's, well, I don't know what to do. The Legos has a solution, but we can't use that. So can I see a brand new phaser? Is that the new one that they just developed?
Yeah, they just issued that last week. Whatever you do, don't press that red button.
That one? Sorry. Oh, well, here. Starfleet,
Look, the Prime Directive simply says that you cannot take him with us. He belongs on the planet where he came from. What are you thinking?
Starfleet, the problem's been solved. We accidentally, well, the person's no longer living on this planet. He's gone. Or is he gone?
Gee, that was a great way of solving that problem, guys.
Anyway, I'm resigning my commission, and so is Mr. Scott here, and well, the Klingons are going to be helping us because this is now our planet, and we're charging the mission. Anybody wants to beam down? What do you think, $10 a head? 10 credits?
Bring a sick there. 10 credits in it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So, you know, thank you. We're out. Beam us out of here. Yeah, this is Sal, Manila. We got a problem down here. We got this guy, he won't leave, and according to the Prime Directive, you know, we got to let him stay. So, you know, as Federation guys, we're going to have to leave. So, we'll head on out of here, okay? See, maybe you guys could solve the problem, you know?
So you don't wish to leave?
This is my home.
Was. We sort of have this solution. We hope you are amicable towards it. Why don't you show him the...
You like my solution?
We like the solution. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay.
Well, thanks for being with us tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you next time on The Walt Peterson Show. Bye.